I'm not saying we have here a full meaning, but you need to understand that body language is the art of becoming conscious of the hidden worlds via symbols and hints. And the body is the richest minefield of hints. There is a single thing which is not hinting, it's happening on the inside. I'm saying, first of all, the explanation I give, I'm not arguing that it's the only explanation. You can give your own explanation. But one thing you need to agree with me. Body language is alive, and the inner aspect of the person is expressing itself through the body more than through words, because words are manipulative and political. And if you agree that the body is not only expressing physical discomfort or comfort or illness, but the psychological aspects are expressing themselves, then you can't ignore the body. Now, I'm going in even further than that. I'm saying, listen, take graphology. Graphology is aiming and aspiring to tell if a person is fit for a certain job or not, if you've got a terminal illness in him or not. Body language is not trying that at all. Saying, listen, it's very limited what we know. And if you find one thing in body language, you need to find other 2 or 3 things in other signs of the body that confirm that. One is not enough. Yes. I'm not saying everything is absolutely true. There could be mistakes because a person might coming from a different culture and all kinds of things. But one thing I'm arguing, you can't ignore it. Yeah. It's alive, and we need to struggle to try to understand it, because you see, dogs speak very complicated body language. They understand complicated body language of the owners. It's we who are going naked in the most basic language that we neglected.
Nice.
For a sophisticated cognitive language, which mainly we use to deceive other people. The last continent of truth in the human being is the body. And we rob from the body its communicative aspect by giving all communication assets to words. And I'm saying you can't rob it from the body. We communicate through the body. 90% of communication is the body. Don't ignore it. The only argument that people have against body language is that it's not perfect. You know, they come to me and say to me, well, it's dangerous to try to come to conclusion about a person, about body. And I said to them, it's much more dangerous not to do it. Because if you sit in front of a person who is your husband and he is planning to cheat on you, and you don't know it, it's your loss. And if your son is planning, God forbid, to commit suicide, and he's sending you with the body signals, you can't afford yourself not to know it. So the last tsunami, the only creatures that were not killed were animals, because they actually felt the waves, they translated it in the right way, and they went out to the mountains, so none of them was killed. Just human beings. Yeah, it's a fact. You search it. We gave up the most basic tool to understand life, which is the body. So there's many things. For example, you ask people, what is teeth? Teeth. You eat with them. That is the physical aspect, but the teeth has got also psychological, emotional aspect. And I don't know how many people will tell you that the teeth is a killing machine. So if a person is biting his nails, or biting a pencil, or baring his teeth, like that, he's actually showing aggression. So it's a different aspect to look at the body as a messenger of the hidden world. Now, last thing I want to say, we are not conscious of the real things. They're always hidden. Our consciousness is an aspect at the material aspect, at the seen aspect, at the end result of things. The aim of this lecture is to cause people to be shifted from thinking that they know what is going on, to understand that what is really happening is away from our consciousness. The body language thing is an exercise to show them that we are not conscious. But the real job of the human being is to awaken his consciousness, so the consciousness can live in the unseen worlds, and the unseen worlds can be the real worlds in which it functions. Because at the moment we function under the land consciously. Waking up consciousness is doing a major shift to move from sleeping consciousness to waking consciousness. Body language is just an appetizer. It's just an example to give people the appetite to want to do the real thing, and it's to awaken their consciousness. So they can be awake to what is beyond, to what is below, and what is above what is happening. People should be aware that what is happening is not the real thing. It's hiding the real thing. And real life doesn't happen unless a person wakes up consciously. Wake up his consciousness.